Hi everyone, and welcome to Power Parks, where we share inspiring stories from people who have benefited from nature, parks, and recreation. This episode is a partnership with the Palm Beach County Water Utilities Department in honor of August as National Water Quality Month. My guest today is Diana Perez. She's a project coordinator with Water Utilities, and we're at Green Cay Nature Center and Wetlands talking about the Green Cay Phase II expansion project. So, Diana, let's start with what your role is at Water Utilities.
Sure. So my name is Diana Perez. I'm a project coordinator with the Water Utilities Department. I have a supportive role in our Environmental Health and Safety Division, so I do a little bit of everything, but mostly working on our safety initiatives and environmental permitting.
And what role does Water Utilities play at Green Cay Wetlands?
I would argue that we have a very important role since we provide the water for the wetlands. We actually pump in about 2 million gallons a day of highly treated wastewater from our southern region water reclamation facility just across the road. And this is the same water that is also used for irrigation throughout the county.
And can you talk a little about the wildlife that can be found here at Green Cay?
Yeah, the Green Cay wetlands are actually part of the Great Florida Birding and Wildlife Trail, so you can expect to see very diverse wildlife, everything from alligators, turtles, frogs, and of course tons of different birds. There's also native trees and flowering plants, which are great for our pollinators.
Right, and let's get into the expansion project. Can you tell me a little about what will be coming here in the next few years?
Yeah, we're actually really excited about this new project. It's expected to be a $40 to $50 million project to be completed by 2025. It will include a second nature park with 63 acres of wetlands, a new water purification facility, and an education center.
And how will this expansion project be beneficial to wildlife and to humans?
So for wildlife, of course, it'll provide a great new habitat for them, for all the diverse wildlife that we have in the area. Wetlands are actually one of the most productive habitats in Florida, so it's very important that we conserve them. And they're wintering grounds for migrating birds as well. And for humans, it will be a great way for us to experience nature, which is good for our physical and mental health. It will provide new opportunities for recreation through fishing, kayaking, the walking trail, playground, and even a picnic area. And the education center will be great to learn about what we do behind the scenes in the water purification process and water conservation.
So tell me a little about the technologies that are going to be implemented in this expansion to treat the water.
Yes, so the new facility will be completely state-of-the-art, and it will have this technology that will be able to clean water, the wastewater, to drinking water standards. Of course, we won't be using this as drinking water just yet. That legislation is still being passed in Florida, but it will allow for new opportunities of recreation in this park that we do not have in the current Green Cay.
And how state-of-the-art and unique will this be for our community?
We will actually be the first utility in Florida to have implemented this technology. There are a couple of other states that have started this, but it'll be the first here. Yeah, this new facility will actually be pumping in 4 million gallons a day of very treated water. So that would be really important for recharging those aquifers again, and it's a way to reuse our water efficiently.
And do you know what that means for our community to have something like this?
I think it's great for our community to have access to places like this. Natural areas are actually great for your mental health, so it's good to have that connection to nature. I think it helps you realize how important nature is in your daily life and how important clean water is, just very serene in general.
Yeah, and for our physical health too, right? And water is an important resource and it's becoming more scarce. So how are projects like Green Cay Phase II going to be providing ways to reuse water? And how important is it for all living things as we think about our future?
As we continue to urbanize and pave over a lot of our natural areas, you have less recharge areas for water to reach our aquifers. So places like Green Cay Phase II are very important in both for water quality and for providing space for water to recharge into our aquifers. Wetlands are actually giant filters, so as we pump in the highly treated wastewater, plants are able to absorb nutrients from it, fixate it into the soil, and water that flows through slowly gets down to our aquifers, where we then use our wells to bring up that water again, treat it into our drinking water. Clean water, of course, is essential to life. I mean, just think about all the times in a day that you use water in one way or another. So it's very important that we take care of it.
And so in honor of August as National Water Quality Month, how important is it for all of us to have places, where there's so much abundant, clean water? We can see a variety of plants and animals just thriving in these environments, and we can enjoy the water.
Okay. So I think places like Green Cay Wetlands are actually very important to have in our community. It's a great place for people to get out and interact with nature. Of course, that raises awareness, and you see them in the water, and you can come and kayak and just interact with them, of course, respectfully. But it's a great way especially for kids to learn about conservation efforts as well. Mm-hmm. I mean, nature is very important, and it's just beautiful to be out here, and I think it's very calming as well.
Well, let's talk about you. How do you enjoy nature and water?
Well, I've always loved nature, love animals. I have a dog and 4 cats at home, and I'm the type of person to always rescue animals off the side of the road and bring them home, which my mom did not love growing up. So I love the outdoors. I love just kayaking and going to the beach, that kind of stuff. I love being out in wildlife.
Is there anything else you'd like to mention?
Yeah, in August, we're celebrating National Water Quality Month. So I would just encourage you to research ways that you can protect our water sources and conserve water at home. And of course, come visit us at Green Cay.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.